Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what's up. Welcome to another segment of Cafe. Got TANKHEAD in the spot, you know what's up, man. Hey, we going up. So make sure you press like, make sure you press share. Spin this shit, man, we going viral. We got an integral icon of the culture. Many people have tried to imitate, fabricate a lifestyle that this man lived in the flesh. But what's the difference between this man and a lot of these other people who come up here and fabricate? Not the paperwork. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, thank you for tuning in once again to another segment in the cafe. So we got TANKHEAD with us today. So TANKHEAD, if you don't mind, man, introduce yourself to the people, man.
First and foremost, I'll be OG TANKHEAD, the real TANKHEAD. And it's crazy that you have to say some shit like that, but you know, in this climate, it's crazy. But anyway, yeah, I'll be at, you know, so we're gonna
hey, yo,
get
big
into
bro,
it.
if you don't mind, you can take it down for us a little bit just so we can hear you a little bit clearly. I'm sure everybody want to see you put a face to the legend. You know, the face of the legend.
I respect that.
Nah, salute to that though.
Yeah,
man.
okay,
Hey, yo.
yeah.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know, we drove all the way to Buffalo, New York to make sure we tapped in with Big Bro in the flesh. It's different when you do an interview virtually. But now when you tap in with someone in the flesh, you get you get the real experience with them. Like, you get to feel a person's vibe, especially coming from the culture we come from. It's a different kind of culture. You don't want to be following or listening to or believing a coward or someone who put on an image of someone they were for so many years until it's battle tested and then now it's always in question. So now, with that being said, man, I definitely had to make it my business to meet him personally. Like, salute to TANKHEAD, like as a young upcoming dominant in the culture. He's an individual that we all heard the stories about. He's an individual that we all felt like, damn, hopefully one day my name will ring like TANKHEAD. Like, I don't catch all the new charges. But that's like the part of the game that's a fantasy. Because it's like, you can't put in as much pain as TANKHEAD unless you got the new charges like TANKHEAD.
Facts.
So with that being said, man, salute, man.
Appreciate it.
Nah, real shit though, bro.
I really appreciate that. Just the love, man. Just the honesty, man. Like I said, I couldn't see myself doing it with anybody else, man. As far as, you know, reaching who I'm trying to reach, you know what I mean? And that's the youth, you know? And you got the platform, you know, and I feel it's genuine. It's for the people. And you're authentic, like everything that you speak, bro, I can fuck with. So, pardon my language.
Nah, that's so good, man.
You know, different type of time, to be honest with you and stuff. But I'm just here, you know, just I'm gonna tell my story. I'm gonna speak facts. That's all, you know. So, you know, if your feelings get hurt or whatever, you know, it is what it is. But I'm just speaking facts. My job is to enlighten those as being the elders, as being one of those that, you know, was on the forefront. You know what I mean? The first five, you know. So I gotta touch on a lot of things because I see people trying to put themselves in historical moments and events. People trying to rewrite history. People trying to, you know, co-opt other people's movies, take credit for it. You know, they trying to get themselves all the accolades and, you know, shit on those that's actually not only put in that pain, but still is suffering behind the G-wall because of it. So, you know, I feel that it's disrespectful for somebody to be up on any platform, you know, in the booth. Like, come on, bro. When you talking about stuff that can be actually, verified as patently false. Like, come on. Like, speak your truth. That's my whole thing. Speak your truth, whatever it is. Speak it. Whatever it is, speak it. I salute it if that's your truth. But when you start incorporating other people's that don't actually sacrifice, that's actually suffered, that actually, you know, done went through the fire, and like I said, still going in the fire, and you out here, you know, putting up this I can't even, I'm not even gonna lie. Just trying to even put it together, I can't even call you.
Hey, yo, I'm sure they'll see more of that when they tune in the Road of Redemption, ladies and gentlemen. In case you don't know, TANKHEAD is walking on a channel. He has a video up right now. The channel is called Road to Redemption.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to get some of the realest, rawest content. And hey, I just happen to be the one to get the debut. Welcome to the cafe. We working, man. Salute.
Facts.
Hey, yo, but make sure y'all go and subscribe. The channel is called Road to Redemption. Don't worry.
Support the movement.
I will definitely be leaving a link to the channel in the description section under this video. All right, so now, with that being said, I had a couple questions prepared. Just a little, a formal introduction.
That's
into
what
the
I'm
interview.
here for. All right.
So now, with that being said, for the people who don't know who TANKHEAD is, where are you from, TANKHEAD? Like, where you from in the town?
I'm from the Bronx.
From the
I'm
Bronx?
from the Bronx, but I'm originally from Chicago. Yeah, I'm originally from Chicago. Came to New York when I was like 7 years old with having stuff. And after that, been there ever since. But trust and believe, BX.
That's where you reside, man.
Yeah, man. But I got to shout my roots, man. Now, the fatherland, it don't get no G than Chicago and shit. So salute to Chicago. You already know, man. Got to shout. Shout out Chi-Town. Wow.
All right, so now you're from Chicago. You moved to New York. You moved to the Bronx. Now, Bronx being definitely one of the inner city neighborhoods that has a very big problem with our youth and gangs. What year did you end up turning blood? And were you blood before you started getting in trouble with the law, or did you turn blood after you started getting in trouble with the law?
Nah. Well, the only other thing I ever been besides Don Moon, we had a clique. You know how neighborhoods is, where everybody click up, what have you, and we used to call ourselves, still call ourselves, 176 Road Mob. As far as like that's the bond that we got, so that's gonna always be there. But 170, 176 Road Mob, a lot of good, solid brothers, dying under that banner, So I'm gonna always pay homage and tribute to those that fall under that banner. You know what I mean? Even though I picked up the Don Moon banner, but like I said, it's two different things basically, because one,
it's a street gang, and then one was
exactly
bigger than
right,
your
exactly.
neighborhood.
Yeah, you get it.
Now,
exactly.
with that being said, so what year did you turn blood?
I turned blood in 1994.
1994.
Yeah, in the 4 building.
All right. And how old were you back then?
When
you turned blood?
When I turned blood, I was what? 17, 18, something like that. Yeah.
17, 18. Yeah. All right. So now, you said that you turned blood when you were incarcerated.
Yeah.
What were you incarcerated for at the time?
I got locked up for attempt murder, gun charge. Had a whole array of charges. I'm not gonna even hold you. Like, when I was in the town, I was really playing with them things. So when I got locked up, they threw all types of charges on me and stuff. By the grace of God, I wound up, because I had to pay for a lawyer, Cedric Wiggins. He was a beast. And he spanked them, got those cases out. But the attempt murder and the gun, he was like, yo, I can't get you around that. It's hard to convince a jury that you didn't shoot a person when that person getting on the stand pointing you out. So it made sense. So I said, give me what you can get me. So he got me a package deal, and combined it together and stuff, which the end result was a 3 to 9, not including the new charges and stuff that I caught while on Rikers Island that I was going back and forth for, because I actually came up.
All right, stop right there. I don't want to let you go, because that goes to our next question. I bet. Check it. That's all right, because you leave it to the next question, though.
Okay, get to
all right,
it.
so now it's famous. Everybody knows TANKHEAD caught more new charges than Shawanga County in the year 2009. Like, that type of numbers, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, it's for some people, it's a fairy tale. You wouldn't believe it if you didn't witness it or didn't meet the myth yourself. If you didn't have the documentation, a net bag full of paperwork, which we'll get into that shortly. Now, it's like, what was in your mind? What was your mentality back then, before you caught your very first new charge, when blood first came about? being a young kid from the Bronx, what was your mentality? What was your mental state that actually made you willing to make that big of a sacrifice at that time of your life for a movement that was just still so premature in its growth?
All right, let me say this first. First and foremost, I want to say that I'm blessed to actually be here, to be actually sitting here with you, bro. You know what I mean? And just building, being able to build with you and stuff. So I don't take this lightly at all, and I appreciate those that's tuning in. And I also want to say this is important as well, is that the things that we're going to touch on, or the things that we're all touching on, I want it to be known that we're not glorifying none of this. I'm not proud of none of this at all. Trust me, I'm not proud of none of this. But like I said, you know, that's my past. My past is part of my future. I'm using my future my past to better my future, moving forward and then enlighten those that I come across through in my path. You dig what I'm saying? 'Cause my whole thing is just to save the youth, man. Seriously, I do not want them going through what I'm going through. And a lot of these dudes, they've been bigging up these, you know, movies and this, that, which they never even did, or whatever the case. And, you know, just putting out these.
You know, I'm gonna let you know we get to the spice life in the cafe. You know that's what we do. Hold on. I just was like, but you know, because now check it. Give you an example. When I was up and coming, my mentality was, yo, damn, we hearing all the war stories that y'all put in. We heard all the tankheads and the Magoo stories at the time of my era coming up. So now, when it's a deal popping in that, y'all, we like, I want to blow this nigga head off, so one day my name could be in the bright lights like a tankhead. So my name could be in the bright lights like a Magoo. This is our mentality. What was your mentality when you was going out there putting that pain in? You understand what I'm saying? Because we was doing it for the clout. We was doing it for the power. We was doing it for the position. Y'all were doing it for the demand of the freedom or the rights of a black man at the time who was being oppressed, who couldn't maybe call his family, who was just getting beat up and picked on. Your whole motivation at the time was different. So now me being from a different time and generation, I'm just trying to tap in and see, like, where was your mind at the time?
Okay, now going back in that era as far as what I was thinking. First of all, I was already a predicate cut and all that, walking around with the handcuffs, the captain and all that. So, you know, I was already in that lane doing my numbers. So now you had the Latin Kings, Yetas down there. They was doing their numbers. They was already established nations, what have you. So I already had, you know, certain issues with certain individuals within that it was clear that they was basically hiding behind their B's. That had they not known that they got the support of others behind them, they wouldn't even be acting like that. That's the shit that irked at me. You dig what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, bro, like, you're not even really about that action. So why is you know, making a situation out of something when you know if them dudes that you call your brother is not gonna move, you'll be looking for ways, you know, to alleviate the problem without it escalating. You did, but then if you think 30 dudes gonna move with you, you want to act all.
So basically, you had like a vanguard state of mind.
Exactly. So my thing was like, you know, to help my people, bro, because I seen what was going on. They was being oppressed. Not only that, because you had Latin kings that were COs. That's a fact. Know what I mean? And they was doing all types of things, you know, to support their people. And I respect that. Just like when Don Mu got the popping and all that, you had black COs, what have you, you know, stepping up for the people, know what I mean? Supporting the people because they seen what was going on. You dig what I'm saying? And that does not necessarily mean that they was blood. Dudes get it twisted, think like because somebody assisting the blood, that mean that, nah. You just got people just like back in the days with the BLA, the Black Panther Party, what have you. You had whites, famous whites, know what I mean? Puerto Ricans, etc. They was in their lane, Hollywood and all that, but they were supporting the movement. You dig what I'm saying? They knew they lane, whatever the case may be, but they wanted to more or less play their part. They knew that they wasn't going to be able to go out there, let their ratchet go off, or, you know, bang it, you know, stomp the ground and make it do what it do. So they knew other means that they can be of assistance. You dig what I'm saying? Financially, etc. And that's what was going on. So that's what was happening in our situation, and that's why basically led me to turn Don Mu.
All right, now, if you can remember, what was your first new charge?
My first new charge.
How did you catch your first new charge? What was that situation, and were you Don Mu at the time?
Nah. Yo,
So you wasn't even blood yet when you caught your first shot.
Yo, let me just say this. Let me just say this. Prior to me becoming homie, my name already sounded like something. Real talk. Like, my name already sounded, I was already doing my numbers. Know what I mean? Song, phone, you name it. Like, I was doing my numbers. The bag, like, I was doing me. You feel me? I was doing me. So it wasn't a situation where I was like being oppressed to the point where I had to join one of them gangs, because I know people that, you know, join Yetas. Know what I mean? I know people that join Yetas. And they get busy. They join Yetas, know what I mean? And they was black. You feel what I'm saying? And but that was never my thing. I never felt that. Plus I didn't like, you know, their whole structure, the way they was moving with the whole, you know, don't look at your brother like a woman unless he feel like a woman, like their lessons was like, nah. You feel what I'm saying? So they shit and all that other shit, like I never felt none of that. You feel what I'm saying? I read the Damu lessons, fell in love, bro, and went from there. But that's a whole nother story within itself.
So who ended up turning you blood, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay. Who turned me blood? Who turned me blood was a brother named Electra. Well, shout out to Electra. I love you, bro. I love you, bro. And
Salute to Electra.
Yeah, man. All my true and living behind the wall. Yo, listen. I ain't forget about y'all. Trust me, bro. I ain't forget about y'all, man. A lot of things going on, man. I'm trying to, you know, navigate and make it do what it do, because these dudes is not playing fair at all. Know what I mean? These dudes would, you know, say try me, and then they'll take you to trial, bro. I done just beat a temp that these dudes done put on me out here. My people had to put up a whole bag to get out of that situation. You dig? So, you know, I'm moving, making it do what it do. Know what I mean? You know what it is. But just know that everything I'm doing, know what I mean, it's for the betterment of us. Ain't nothing changed. Boomerang, trust that. Ain't nothing changed. So, trust me. When I'm eating, we gon' eat. Big facts.
No, man.
Oh,
Shout out to TANKHEAD, man. Word. So now, the first situation, you said the first cutting. How did that happen?
So, my first cutting, wow, okay, was it was a situation where a brother that I built a bond with by the name of Raw. Yeah, built the bond with, man, trust him. Yo, it was, anyway, he got into a situation, whatever the case may be, with an individual named Milk or what have you. So they shaking, whatever the case may be. It was looking crazy. So, you know, that's my man. Blew his shit off. So,
yo, salute, yo, listen, whoa, stop. Listen, all right, check it. I know y'all like, wait, what? And y'all want me more details. He just answered it so quickly, like, yeah, it's gonna rain today. You know what I'm saying? Regular, it just came out so regular. So, like I said, Road of Redemption. Y'all want that full story? I'm sure he'll give you a full recap, step by step, play by play action. Boy, when he starts, you know I'm subscribing, right? You know I'm gonna be the first subscriber. Oh God, I'm gonna get subscribed.
And we selling copies.
Hey yo,
and we selling copies of movies over here. Real talk. Real talk. You pick the movie, make the copies of it, push it out, and all that. Support it. And just know this, that all the money that's being made, you dig what I'm saying, is being put right back into the community. Put right back and helping individual behind the wall. I'm not one of these dudes that's free, that's saying free a dude, but ain't doing nothing to help actually get a dude out. Nah. I'm making moves to actually get brothers at home. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm using my resources that I got, as well as those that embrace me, they resources that they have, you know, to make a move, to make a difference. So the books that you see, you know, the merch that we're gonna be selling, you know, all the different, the tickets and all these different things, I'm doing all that to generate the bag, know what I mean? So I can be able to take that money, send packages to brother behind that, get brothers you know, private investigators. Because believe it or not, you got a lot of good brothers that's sitting behind the G-wall, they can actually come home. They just need a little bit of financial support. You know, somebody that's on the outside that's gonna ride with them, you dig? And it's only a chosen few left. So that's what I want to be here for my community. Give back to my community, because I was a problem. Now I want to be a solution, as well as give back to my brothers and sisters behind the G-wall. You know, get those home that we can, and those that unfortunately stuck, you know, make their ride as comfortable as possible. That's my goal. And I just urge those that's really about the real, that's really for the people, you know, get on board, support the movement, man. You got a lot of cornballs I be seeing going on at this internet, you know, like a lot of dudes that ain't even qualified to even be speaking on real shit.
Bro, we gonna get there. You know, I'm gonna run down the names
okay.
and see the qualifications.
God, bro, right.
All right, hold up. Quick question I want to ask you though. Like, all right, now you say you went to jail, originally sentenced with a 3 to 9.
Yeah.
How much time did you end up doing in total?
Did 26 years.
26 years.
Hard.
A 3 to 9.
Hard years. 26 hard.
Now, out that 26 years, how many years of that was in solitary confinement?
I did 20 years straight in solitary confinement. Then I came out, got it shaken a couple of times, and wound up doing 2 more years. And got the grace of God, I got a modification on one of the joints, and I'm here. But I gotta it's actually a lot more.
So you had to appeal, basically. Appeal is what got you home.
Exactly.
Salute to the appellate division.
Exactly. That's what all the time I had. I gave that back. But what actually
how much time did you get that you gave back actually?
Altogether, I had 32 years. Altogether, 32. Now, but like I said, I came up with the 3 to 9. I caught all the other time, you know, while and making it do what it do. Which which all mine's in the books. That's basically what I'm saying. Like anything I'm speaking on, like you can pull it. Like this ain't no cap. Like, so I just want to be clear on that. I just want to be clear on that, because my thing is, like I said, my thing is with the youth. With the youth, like I have really been down that road, and a lot of, you know, official dudes, man, that, you know, put on or what have you, they was on that road with me. You dig what I'm saying? Solitary confinement, what have you, man, and they overtook them. And when I say by that is that, you know, they couldn't take it no more. They start doing ungodly things to get out the box. And I refuse to do that.
Now, you talk about the Magoo situation.
No, well, that's just one of many things. I mean, and let's be clear. I'm not here.
How you felt about that? Actually,
well,
since we gonna get into it, come on, let's start rolling it out.
It is what it is, bro. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, bro.
Now, you know Magoo. What was your opinion of Magoo?
I don't deal with Magoo. If I start right now, it's gonna be a whole. I would have to start from the beginning to go into why I went independent, why I pulled out, and all the, you know, the fuckery, the things that was going on that caused me, you know, to pull out my regime and take my show on the road.
Now, for those who don't know, you did have a hood under the UBN at one point in time, correct?
Yes, I did. I was also the co-chairman.
So now, what made you?
I was that by choice.
Hold on, let me ask
You
you.
hear what I'm saying? I was by choice. Because I wanted to be co-chairman. But people was encouraging me, and I could have easily been chairman, but that wasn't my thing. That was my thing. I'm not here for the clout or any of that. I'm here for the people. I put this before any and everything. Big facts. And paid heavily for it. Costly for it.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, for those who would feel like, oh, wait, why are they talking about that? This is over a decade ago. This is something that's been gone in the wind, past. This is of our past. This is not nothing we glorifying. This is nothing we trying to promote or send a message to the youth as something that they should be a part of. No, actually, we're doing the exact opposite. So before you judge, just listen to the message. There's more to come in the interview.
And salute Jay Diamonds, man.
Hey, yo, salute. You see, he came up here and did this thing as well, man.
I respect that, because real talk, bro. And I was telling Quell this, man. I said, yo, I respect the scrap. Know what I mean? Always had respect for the scrap. Now, I mean, even though we have our differences, whatever the case may be, but we brothers. We gonna argue. We may even fight. But at the same time, know what I mean? That's my brother. And even when the situation that he was speaking on, whatever the case may be, what have you, he know, and I'm sure you can holler at him, he'll contest to it, what have you. I made sure when I left him, he was on. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he was in a situation where his back was against the wall. And when I said that, he was holding firm too. Back was against the wall. They sent people up there. Well, he told his story. Y'all know the situation, the fuckery, and how they crossed him or what have you. But He was in a situation where, you know, everybody felt that he was vulnerable or whatever the case may be, know what I mean? But he always been real right. And like he said, which I agree to, you know, I don't agree with calls that he may have made or things that he had made, or he probably have did or whatever. And I know, you know, vice versa. But I know this. Every call that I made, know what I mean, I did it with the information that was available to me at that time, and I made it with the best interest of Damu at heart. It's a difference. I didn't do it for Tankhead agenda. I did it for Damu agenda. See, a lot of these dudes coming home, they coming home for their own agenda, not for the Damu agenda. That's why we in the state that we in right now. This shit is so watered down and it tastes like blood no more. It's shameful. Seriously, man. It's shameful, man. And just to see not only, you know, my sacrifice, but the sacrifice of so many. You got people that done went to the grave under this banner. And just to just see their sacrifices going vain is crazy.
That's a fact. No, I ain't gonna lie, that's definitely a fact, man.
Yeah, man.
And that's why I definitely said this interview meant a lot to me, because like I said, a lot of people don't realize how much you sacrificed for a movement that end up, unfortunately, turn his back and turn his back on.
And listen, I'm gonna say this while we talk.
Hold on, before we get there, right? Because we wound up going left field.
Right, okay.
What made you pull out though? Like, cause you know you were under the
man,
what made you pull out? If you could shorten it down in a couple of words. I told you I want the long extended version. Road to redemption. We keeping it short and sweet.
The short version.
To the shit.
A whole bunch of fuckery. I mean, just yo, bro. See, a lot of people use my name. Like I said, man, manipulated me because, mind you, I'm in the box. So my communication is third party unless I run into somebody on the floor or in sick call or whatever the case may be, and when they bring me out my cell, the police is all around me. So, you know, it's hard to really, you know, communicate whatever the case may be. So I got to rely on homies coming through, pulling up beside me or whatever, or me getting a kite and, you know, trusting they gangster, trusting they G, trusting what they telling me is actual fact.
Right.
And, you know, that shit cost me, bro.
In more cases, it's not. It's more slander and propaganda.
Exactly. Dudes instead of you know being men and they having an issue with bro. Let me just give you just give you an example and stuff, right? So now, I got cut. Now when I got cut,
but jail that happening.
This is on the island. Now, this when I first
By who?
when I first
Lion Kings?
No.
Homie shit?
No, this no. I told you, Nick, they was doing this number before all this. This is what I'm saying. It's the difference. Like when now I heard this too, where dudes was talking about they opened up 1B. That's force. Know what I mean? When 1B opened, they took those that was predicate cutters and beam monsters and put us over in B1. Know what I mean? So it's because they had the adults over there at that time. But they took the adults out. Then they put the adolescents in there. One side was the adolescents, one side was adults. Know what I mean? Then it started getting hectic, so they just moved all the adults out and just made it all adolescents. You dig what I'm saying? That was way before SI and all them went over there, and that was way before all that. You dig what I'm saying? So so in regards to the situation dealing with how I came home, that's what you want to know, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So now I came back down. Like I said, I was going back down for new charges. So they put me in CMC. This was too lower. This was a CMC block. I guess down there. And you had Yaddas, Kings there, what have you. They had the phone. So as soon as I came in the house, I knew somebody. Well, I ain't really know Sean, know what I mean? I seen whatever the case may be. So I'm like, yo, what's the deal with this phone? So he tell me what it's hitting for, what have you. So I got right to them dudes like, yo, what's up? I need time on this phone. So they like, yo, so this nigga trying to give me a. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? So, and off that nigga. So when I rag this nigga, then his brother jumps in. We wind up shaking. So now, and it's crazy because, one was Spanish, the other dude was black. So now, I do my numbers. So after that, they takes me to the YME pen. Take me to the YME pen. They take son to the clinic and all that. From there, they puts me in one main. So when I gets down to one main, you got a lecture there, doggy dog, and all of SI them. They come back. They didn't come back. They didn't come over to the full building yet. They came later. So when I came down there, what have you. Now I always was, I heard, whispers at the time when it was just blood drop. It was just like a secret society type shit. It wasn't in the open because you were red, you basically were red, you dead type shit was going on. That was like the environment you did because these people was established. So I heard about bloods, whatever the case may be, but I never could find nobody or see nobody actually claim it. Right. So what happened was, so when I got down to one main, I got to talking with Dog and shit. So I'm like, yeah, I'm hearing about these bloods that they got beef with the Kings, this, that, and the third, where these niggas at? So he was like, yo, Electra blood. I said, what? That nigga blood? He's like, yeah. So I goes over to Electra door. So he in the cell, he in his bed, laid back. So I'm like, what's up? So he's like, yo, what's good? So I'm like, yo, you blood? He's like, yeah. I'm like, yo, why ain't you say nothing? He's like, yeah, not blood. So boom. So I'm like, word, so yo, what's that shit about? I've been hearing so much about it and shit, but I ain't running to nobody that was on blood. So what it's about? So he got up, he said, hold on. He got up and went under his bed and got the lessons. I never forget this. He got the lessons. So we got the lessons, brought it to his gate. So when I got the lessons, I still got those lessons. Female that I used to deal with, she got all that stuff, and I hold no ill will towards her. So I want to salute her as well.
You start talking about this shorty, you just call memory lane.
Yeah. Salute to her. But anyway, cause I'm giving everybody they flowers. I'm not gonna hate. Even if we may not be dealing with each other for whatever reason. You dig what I'm saying, bro? Because I did a long ass fucking time. You dig? So I'm grateful for anybody that stayed on that road with me for however long it was. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
If they did a weekend with the kid, I'm grateful. You dig? They ain't have to do that. So that's how I'm on it. So anyway, getting back to the how I came home. So he gave me the lesson. So I'm looking at the lesson. So it got a cloud. It got a cloud, a couple of clouds, like 3 clouds, and then it had a dude throwing up the B sign like this, and then it had three blood drops, and then it said roll them high, roll them low, always remember blood known worldwide. So boom, when you open it up, now at this time, mind you, at this time I'm in that triple state of darkness hard, deaf, dumb, and blind hard, like, so, when I'm reading this, I didn't know this at the time, but as I begin to consume, evolve in my culture, my way of life, and learning my way of life, or what have you, from reading, etc. I found out that a lot of things that was put forth in the beginning, it wasn't accurate, and I said that to say this: the lessons had a mixture of Crip codes, Crip lingo. It had 5% lingo in there, and then it had blood lingo in there, and then it had various other, like you would say, like, different sayings, like stuff that relates to Muslim. You feel what I'm saying? So all that was mixed. That was mixed in it. And now in these lessons, this is in the beginning, it stated that you couldn't be of no Latin descent and be Damu because of the kings, being that the kings they didn't allow blacks, So we ain't letting no Latins in. So that's what was inside the thing. So now so when I reason and shit, so I'm feeling it was about talking unity, black love, empowerment, and etc. So after I finished reading it, I said, yo, so what you do become blood? Like how you become blood? So he was like, yo, you TANKHEAD, you do what you want to do. So I was like, all right, I got it. So when I told him I got it, so in my mind, I'm like, yo, I had to put this shit on the map. So the following day, we went outside. So now we're predicates. It's me, Electra, Benji, he was there, Tahad, it was one other brother. Anyway, we was all predicates. With some had the handcuffs, others, didn't, whatever the case may be. But anyway, now we was in one cage with all the ball wires, whatever, and then on the other side, you had in the other cage on the other side, you had the Kings, the Yatas, Scarface. He was the first crown and all that down there, etc. So now, my thing was, okay, now we got to shake the planet, let them know we in the building, and make it do what it do. Cause my thing at that time was, yo, I gotta get our numbers up. You dig what I'm saying? That was my thing. Yo, we gotta get our numbers up ASAP. So I wanted to make sure that when I introduce us to the world, that it's on a stage that they know like they not playing. So what better way to do it than to climb over 2 barbed wire fences and get at these niggas? You dig what I'm saying? So that's how that happened. So real shit. So and I got the paper. I got the paperwork.
You got the paperwork. Stop. Cut.
Okay,
Get the papers. Get the papers. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We got it. We got it. As you see, right here in the top right corner, I put a close-up, zoomed-up version so y'all can see it yourself. But I'm gonna read it off for you into the record. Now, mind you, this is the old school Rikers Island tickets. You hear me? The old school shit. Now, mind you, the ones you get now are yellow. They're a little bit like this longer. But yo, this is back in the 90s. This is different. Salute, man. And it says that basically, it says his government name, his booking case number, his housing location. The date was November 19th, 1994. The location was the 1 building yard. And ARDC was the facility on Rikers Island. It said that on the above date at approximately 10:50 hours, inmate Wilson was seen by this writer despite verbal commands to stop climbing 1 building yard fence and cross over into the other fenced-in yard and cut inmate Chavaria David. And then it tells you his numbers. On the left side of his face while chasing him. Inmate Chavaria was cut with 1 single-edged razor. So he wasn't capping. That's a hell of a statement, brother. That's a hell of a fucking statement. You hear me? Now, but at the end of the day, when y'all doing what y'all were doing, it's understandable. Now, someone who doesn't live that lifestyle, that doesn't understand that lifestyle, might see it as gory and won't understand how we could find humor in something like that. But it's like, it's different. It's a culture, that it's a lifestyle that is so real. Like, if you're not gonna understand.
What we used to say back then, it was saying, we said blood ain't easy, but it sure is fun. Like we took wars in, cause we was basically in a full blown war, but we put our own spin to it and made it fun. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but in the sense when I was talking about fun, whereas challenging each other, like who gonna put it in, who gonna make this happen, who gonna get at such and such that's on the wall, that's a plate or whatever. And back then, our first alliance was the Black Lions. Know what I mean? Salute to all the Black Lions, man. Word, salute to them brothers, man.
Yard man, where they
yeah,
pan?
real official brothers like all of them, man. I got so much love and respect for them, man.
No doubt.
So much love and respect to them, man. Scully, Rati, Skin Teeth, Ninja. I mean, just all of them, man. Word, man. I can't forget English. Salute to English, man.
No
Word,
doubt,
man.
those are some of the dudes that held you down
Yeah,
back in the day.
official, man. They was our first alliance, bro. They was our first alliance. Nobody else wanted to deal with Bloods. You had Smoke, you had D-Sep, Low Life, you had Twilight, you had Young Guns, everything down there, bro. Like,
All right,
yeah.
real quick though, not to change the topic too much, unless you got some other paperwork you want to touch on real quick. I'm sure you got the rest on the road to redemption. Ladies and gentlemen, you can get all his personal war stories on his own personal channel. And like I said, as you've seen, he has the documentation to support every movie. Like, whoa.
And one thing I definitely